Hello, prairie dogs. We're so sorry that we weren't able to connect with you live last night, but we wanted to make sure that we got you one more book at bedtime. So today, or whenever you want to listen to this, the book I chose is called Those Darn Squirrels, and the author is Adam Rubin. And if you're interested in this book, our favorite librarian, Mrs. Daggett's, picked it out for me. All right. I wonder what this book is going to be about. Because he talks about squirrels, but those look like a lot of pictures of birds, and I see a lot of different art materials. On the outskirts of town, at the edge of the forest, there was a little old house. The only thing older than the little house was the man who lived in it, Old Man Fookwire. Oh goodness, look at that. Old Man Fookwire was so old that when he sneezed, dust came out. He was also a grump. Uh-oh, look at all that. He hated pie. Who doesn't like pie? Look, he's throwing away the pie. He hated puppies. Oh my goodness, who hates puppies? Oh, and here he is outside again. The only thing he liked was birds. Look at all the birds. All summer long, the old man painted pictures of the birds that visited his backyard. There were whirly birds and bonga birds, baba birds, and yabba birds. Even a rare flugel bird came by once or twice. Fookwire's paintings weren't very good, but the birds never said anything. Oh, I think he did a pretty nice job. Look at those pictures. Lots and lots of birds. How many of you have bird houses at home or you feed the birds? When the air turned crisp and the leaves began to change color, the old man grew sad. He knew that soon the birds would fly south for the winter, as they did every year, and that he would be lonely. Then he had an idea. If he fed the birds, maybe they would stick around. Look at him. I wonder if he could feed them pie. I would have to ask Mr. Schutz if pie is okay for birds to eat. So Old Man Fookwire built beautiful bird feeders and put them up all around his backyard. He filled the feeders with delicious seeds and berries, and soon birds came from all over the forest just to eat in the old man's yard. There's some pretty cool birds. But the birds weren't the only ones who liked the bird feeders. The squirrels did too. Uh-oh. You see all the, look at the squirrels are eyeing up the bird feeders. Not many people know this, but squirrels are the cleverest of all the woodland creatures. In fact, they're fuzzy little geniuses. They can make a house out of a tree, a bed out of a bunch of leaves, and a box kite out of twigs, dirt, and squirrel spit. Ew. They are also excellent at math. Oh, look at the squirrels. They're pretty creative. Look at, they're emptying the bird feeder into one of their mouths. Winter was fast approaching, and the squirrels needed to gather as much food as they could to get ready. So they decided to take some of the bird food. I wonder how the old man's going to feel about it. Uh-oh. He doesn't look happy about it, does he? The birds were not happy. Neither was Old Man Fookwire when he discovered what had happened. He shook his old man fist and yelled, "Those darn squirrels!" Oh, look at the birds are yelling at the squirrels too, it looks like. He filled up the feeders again, but this time he hung them from a clothesline. Then he went back inside, confident that the squirrels would no longer be able to get to the seeds and berries. I wonder if that will stop the squirrels. Oh, but the squirrels were determined. They devised a plan, and this time they took all the food from the bird feeders. Can you see what the squirrels did? They all got up on the tree, and it got heavy enough where it bent over, and he took all the bird seed out. He is not going to be happy, is he? Oh, he is definitely not happy. Oh, he's got his arm in the air again. The birds were furious. Oh, look at, they were saying, yelled a bonga bird. "Those darn squirrels!" yelled Old Man Funkwire. "Yum," said the squirrels. Oh, look at the squirrels. Look at their bellies. They ate all of the birds' food. Now it was Old Man Fookwire's turn to devise a plan. He went to the general store to get supplies. He bought lasers and clamps. He bought wires and springs. He bought all sorts of tools and built a veritable fortress around his bird feeders. Then he refilled them very carefully. Look at that. Look at that device he made to try to keep the squirrels away from his bird feeders. "Nah, nah, nah, nah," snorted the flugel bird. Look at, they think they fixed the problem. Uh-oh, look at the squirrels. The squirrels are making their own plan. Let's see here. The squirrels stayed up all night working out their strategy. They drank cherry cola and ate salt and vinegar chips to help them stay awake. Finally, they had it. The perfect plan. Like this. They put on their tiny helmets and prepared to launch themselves into the air, over the fence, between the lasers, and onto the bird feeders. They got their helmets on. Look at that. The first squirrel misfired and hit a tree. Ouch. See him? He hit the tree. The second squirrel went too high and landed in a bucket. Oopsie. The third squirrel sailed clear over the house. Ooh-wee, look at that. The birds laughed and laughed. They each had one last delicious mouthful of seeds and berries from the old man's feeders. Then they flew south for the winter, just as they did every year. Uh-oh, that wasn't what he wanted, was it? Uh-oh. I wonder how he's going to feel. Oh, see, they're all the birds are gone now. After the birds left, Old Man Fookwire was lonely, just as he was every year. He fixed himself some cottage cheese and pepper, his favorite snack, but he was still lonely. When he looked out the window, the squirrels could tell that he wasn't happy. Go away, shouted the old man. I don't like you squirrels. Ouch. That never feels good to hear somebody yell at you, does it? Look at how sad he is. So look at that. The squirrels are all going back to talk. All right. The squirrels held a meeting deep inside a large tree. They decided to give the old man a present to make up for taking the seeds and berries. Now, not many people know this, but squirrels are not only fuzzy little geniuses, they also collect just about anything they find on the ground. These squirrels had a vast stockpile of spectacular junk to choose from, but what would Fuquire like? Bottle caps? Popsicle sticks? Postage stamps? Finally, they had it. The perfect gift. Look, there's a pencil, and a car, and a button, and a toothbrush. How in the world did the squirrels get a toothbrush? What are they going to plan? The squirrels stacked all their loose change on old man Fuquire's doorstep. Their dimes and pennies, their nickels and quarters. There were even a few tokens from Coco's arcade. It all added up to $47.36, plus a few rounds of skee ball. Maybe you squirrels aren't so bad, Fuquire said when he found the coins, but I still like the birds better. This gave the squirrels another idea. They raided their junk collection again and got to work. Oh, look at them. Wonder what they're doing. When old man Fuquire woke up the next morning, he was amazed to see that the birds had returned. Interesting, huh? Oh, what do you see? Oh, those are some interesting birds, aren't they? But wait, those things weren't birds. They were squirrels in disguise. Great googly giggly, said old man Fuquire. This'll make, oops, I have to move the book. This will make quite a painting. He ran outside and took down the lasers and the wires and the spring-loaded trapeze. He turned all the bird feeders into squirrel feeders. Then he painted till his brush ran out of bristles. Look at those squirrels. The squirrels were so overjoyed, they had a party at old man Fuquire's house. Those darn squirrels, said Fuquire, and he shook his old man fist, and what did he do? He smiled. All right, so we hope you guys enjoyed Those Darn Squirrels. And if you want to read it, you have to go to the library. You have to talk to Miss Daggett. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you soon.